Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me. I feel quite honoured to be here today to represent Hydro Ottawa and to share our story. And I certainly feel very humbled to follow that moving and powerful documentary. I think it's best if I start by just sorry, very sensitive. I'm going to just start things off with a brief overview about Hydro Ottawa to provide some organizational context so you can understand then how our initiatives and the relationship between that and our business. So as far as our business is concerned, we're a private for-profit company wholly owned by the City of Ottawa. We have almost 325,000 customers in our service territory, and we have 3 lines of business. Most people are fully aware that we distribute electricity, but we also generate green power. And our 3rd line of business is about providing energy conservation and management services. A little bit about our people. We have 700 employees, most of whom are unionized. Half of our workers are inside workers and half are outside workers. So those people that you recognize working on the lines, working underground, half of our workforce work out there. Historically, we have been a very stable workforce with very little turnover. But like many organizations are now experiencing and many industries are experiencing, we now have 41% of our workforce who are eligible to retire by 2024. So that presents some interesting recruitment challenges, and that certainly made us consider our recruitment practices and needing to widen our net. So in terms of diversity at Hydro Ottawa and our EARN partnership, I would be negligent if I just didn't start, I think, by talking about the importance of our diversity strategy as it relates to our strategic direction. We aren't engaging in diversity initiatives purely they're not on the periphery. They're actually embedded in every business aspect every business part of our business. You can see here, this is just a picture that summarizes our strategic direction. Obviously, a lot of detail goes into this. The areas that are highlighted or circled, organizational effectiveness, customer value, and corporate sponsorship, those are all aspects of our business that benefit from our diversity plan and our diversity strategy. So our strategy would take far too long to go through in detail, but there are 2 main aspects that I want to bring forward, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about how our strategy and our initiatives are related to persons with disabilities. So we have a 3-year diversity plan. Main elements fall into 2 categories: foundational initiatives, which are ones that foster an underlying culture of inclusion. So we're talking about leadership alignment, we're talking about communication, employee involvement, and training. Those are practices that benefit everyone in the organization, whether they identify with a targeted group or not. The other part of our plan are targeted initiatives, which, as the name implies, are initiatives that are targeted at increasing representation within our workforce of targeted groups, persons with disabilities being one of those. This slide here, I'm not going to actually go through, but I'm assuming that the slide deck will be available to you to consume post-conference, which is why I've concluded this here. Talks to some of the foundational initiatives that we're engaging in as an organization to change the underlying culture, beliefs, philosophies within our employee base. What we're doing specifically for persons with disabilities, I would say that our biggest success has been with EARN. I see EARN quite simply as a matchmaker. We're employers looking to hire the best people for the jobs we have available. We need the right people in the right place at the right time. As we've already heard, and I think we're going to continue to hear throughout the morning, there is a large untapped pool of talent, and we recognize that that exists, but how do we find that talent? EARN has been our answer. So we're here as the employers, I'm waving my hands around here, sorry. We're here as the employers looking for this talent. Individuals with disabilities are working with community partners, and EARN is in the middle. They're the hub, and that's who we work with, and we have determined as our best partner in trying to increase our representation of persons with disabilities. In addition to our EARN partnership, we recognize that we have to do work internally as well to change these mindsets and beliefs and wrong perceptions that people have about persons with disabilities in the workforce. So we've got an interview workshop with an emphasis on unconscious bias and how that creeps into recruitment. We've got a diversity element in our new hire orientation. We send all job postings to Earn to then share with their community partners so that word is getting out there to expand our channel. We've had Canadian Mental Health Association, a speaker, come in to speak with our people leaders. We're doing lots of things both internally within HR to look at our practices. We do lots of work with Earn to get our message out there, and we do lots of work with our people leaders. So it's a very diverse way of looking, or a very fulsome approach to changing the way that we do business and look at recruitment. So as it relates to this partnership and how we were fortunate to find Jenny, I have to say thank you to Linda, who interestingly we saw in our video. Linda working with PPRC. That stands for Performance Plus Rehabilitative Care. Thank you. And it was through a networking event, the first networking event that Hydro Ottawa attended. I did had a brief speaking moment to present, and then after that there was a networking opportunity to meet persons with disabilities, as well as the clients and the community partners. And it was there that we met Jenny and were very successful. We did not go there with the intent of hiring. We went there with the intent of trying to understand how we as a business can increase our recruitment net. And we were just very fortunate in that time to meet Jenny and secure Jenny as an employee with us. Now my time is drawing to a close. I certainly want to thank Earn and all the work that Earn does and the value that brings to our organization. I gain personal benefit from being part of it, and I know our organization does as well. And I just want to really close with this picture. I have this picture in my office, and there's no one who comes into my office that doesn't comment on that and just say, wow. Diversity and inclusion practices go well beyond what's right. They benefit everyone and enrich the organizational culture and improve business outcomes. Thank you very much for your time.